welcome back to Forza Horizon 5, and today we have turned things up yet again another notch because we are starting off in a Bugatti Divo. Now, this is of course another episode of Stock vs. Tuned, and we are going to be running a stock Bugatti Divo against a built Mark IV Toyota Supra. Now, what we're going to do is we're actually going to be starting at the opposite end of the highway that we started last time, and we're going to be using this sign right here as our start point. And the way Stock vs. Tuned works is we are going to be getting a number from our stock car, in this case being the Bugatti Divo. Then we're going to go get a completely stock Mark IV Toyota Supra. We're going to bring it out here, see what kind of speed it sets. Then we're going to go build the Supra, bring it back, and see how close it can get to the number set by the Divo. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and engage launch control. And 3, 2, 1, full send. Well, that's one of the cleanest launches I've seen anything do in this game in quite a while. That thing was like, it kind of scrambled at the ground for just a moment, and then it took off. Now, I know there's a speed trap right here, but that's not the one we're going to worry about. We are heading for the one way down at the other end of the highway. Also, I would just like to let it be known that this is fully stock, and it's already, like, creeping past the 230 mark. It's getting close to the 240 mark, and just past the 240 mark. What is this absolute insanity machine? This thing is wild! It's absolutely nuts. Oh my god. All right, does it have a 7th gear? It does. Indeed it does. Why did I even have to question whether or not it had a 7th gear? Of course it's got a 7th gear. It changes direction so well, even at these speeds. Now, granted, I know that the Divo is going to be running pretty much the most downforce out of any of the stock Bugattis you're going to find in the game. But man, like, even still, it is a monster machine in terms of top speed. All right, we're coming up on the next speed trap right now. Trying not to get into any issues. The hill is going to dip down just a little bit. What was that, 258? I think that was like 258. Anywhere between 256 to 259. Somewhere around like 257, 258 mark. It kind of went away really, really quickly, but either way, now we're going to go and get a completely stock Mark IV Supra and see how it compares. I don't know how it's going to compare, but we're about to see how it compares. So let's actually go right up here to the Horizon Street Scene outpost because it's really close to the highway and it provides us with a really nice kind of like landing point between both of the different speed traps and the highway. So let's go ahead and go in. And we're going to grab a Mark IV Toyota Supra, and I don't know really how this is going to go in stock form. It's going to be interesting in stock form. I have a feeling that it's going to be one of those cars where obviously stock form isn't going to be crazy impressive or crazy over the top, but I get the feeling that when it's fully built, it's going to be wild. It's going to be absolutely wild when it's fully built. Wait a minute. I picked the wrong one. There we go. That's the welcome pack one. This one is completely stock. That makes more sense. Okay, I was like, because I saw the power numbers, and I was like, those don't look like stock Mark IV Supra power numbers. Okay, now, before we do anything else, this is going to be running, of course, a factory color. I really dig the blue. I dig the red as well, and I'm actually really liking the white. I think I'm going to run the blue. I like the way the blue looks. I think it looks really, really good. Only 38,000 credits, which is way cheaper than a Mark IV Supra would be in real life. Like, a side point, have y'all seen how much these things are selling for nowadays? It's freaking ridiculous how much these things are selling for. Like, it's mind-blowing. Especially one in, like, showroom condition like that with the factory Recaros. Oh, that would be... I don't even want to guess how much that would sell for in today's market. But let's make our way down to the end of the highway now, and we'll see what this thing can do in stock form. Let's see if it wants to drift the roundabout in stock form. It might. Oh, it kind of does. Oh, that's amazing. It'll actually drift this roundabout in completely stock form. That's so cool. I love it. I absolutely love it. You can do more with a stock Mark IV Supra than you might think. And since this is the stock one, I'm not even going to bother launching it. I'm just going to drive it right out of the drift and make my way out onto the highway. You do have time to, like, look at the gorgeous view while you're making your way down the highway. All right, 171. It's going to be somewhere in the low 170s when it crosses the line. And let's see. What are we going to cross this trap at? 173? 173 miles an hour. Okay. It was like 173.04. That's not bad. It's not bad at all, actually, considering the fact that this is a completely stock car. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's actually, like, super admirable. All right, back to the street scene outpost, and now it's time for a build. And because of the fact that we put it up against a Bugatti Divo, I feel like our budget is basically unlimited. Now, sometimes when we do stock versus tuned challenges, we would have a budget limit, or I would set a budget limit. But for this one, I don't really think there's any point in setting a budget limit, genuinely because of the fact that we're racing against a Bugatti, so it doesn't really matter. Now, we will be leaving the 2J in there. I have a feeling that the 2J is going to give us all the power potential that we might ever need. So let's see. Custom upgrades, and I am going to be doing a single turbo conversion, though. A big single, I think, is going to do wonders for this car. All right, big single. What does that take us up to? That adds, like, that takes us from 320 to 424 stock. Like, we haven't even really done much of anything yet. And then, let's see, engine swap, body kit. I'm not going to do the KRC kit on this one. I like the KRC kit a lot, but I usually save the KRC kit more for drift cars and things like that. So now it's time to go fully built on absolutely every element of our now single turbo converted 2JZ. So that's like exhaust and cams, and what are we up to already? 786 horsepower. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting close already. So let's see, displacement and pistons and compression. This is where we're going to pick up a lot in the race turbo. That adds another 669 horsepower. Now we're making 1,561 horsepower and 1,294 foot-pounds of torque. That's a lot of torque. Like, that's a monstrous amount of torque. Okay, there's our race intercooler, and there's our race oil and cooling, and then flywheel. We're going to go ahead and throw the race flywheel in there. Good to go. And then brakes-wise, I know I don't necessarily need brakes for this, but I'm gonna have them. Thank you very much. We're going to go for a full race suspension setup, so that way we can tune every aspect of it that we need to. And granted, this is going to be a little bit more of a drag setup than anything else, but it's going to kind of be a in-between drag setup, kind of like a highway drag setup. What do we weigh now, by the way? Let's see. 2,637 pounds. That's so light to have that much power. That's genuinely, like, insanely light for that much power. I'm going to throw I think an 8-speed gearbox will do. And let's see, race driveline. And we will do let's see, where's the race diff? There it is, race diff installed. And now we get to the fun part, wheels and tires. Oh yeah, front track width. I'm going to set that up to look really, really nice. We'll do that one. Not necessarily like as far out as we can get it in the front, because that's a little bit more of like a drift car look, but that's like perfectly flush. I really like the way that looks. Okay, so wheel size, what are we on right now? 17s? I'm leaving it on 17s, man. The 17s look great. And I think I want to throw some Titan 7s on this car, but I don't exactly remember off the top of my head what category of wheels the Titan 7s are in. There we go. There's TS5s, we got the TR10s, the TS7s. I really do like all of the options, but I think I'm going to have to go with some TS5s on this thing. I think they look really, really, really good. So now that we've got those installed, we're going to go for a nice little set of, there they are, some drag tires. Now, do we need these? Probably not. Do we want them? Absolutely. 345s in the back. And I don't necessarily think I'm going to need, well, we'll just leave the 235s in the front right now because this is technically like a highway straight line build, so I'm not really all that worried about it. And let's see. Aero and appearance-wise, I'm going to throw just something really simple on the front of it, just like maybe like a sport bumper, a carbon sport bumper, just to help improve the aerodynamics just a tiny bit. I don't need necessarily any kind of crazy aero. Let's throw, I'm thinking maybe like, we could do a wing delete, or we could do this like little KRC kind of lip spoiler, but I'm kind of back and forth on that. I might actually, you know what? I think I'm going to leave the stock one. Because the stock one looks great. There's no way it detracts from the look of the car, like, at all. And then the trial rear bumper is, oh my god, it's my absolute favorite. Side skirts for a little bit of extra drag reduction. And I think I'm going to do the Abflug side skirts. And then from there, we'll throw a hood on it. And I think we'll do definitely the June hood. And now, it's time to take this thing out to the highway and see what it can freaking do. Now, I am going to dial back the tire pressures a little bit just so I can claw my way back into some level of grip. I don't think it's going to have much grip to speak of, but, oh, it already dialed them back like a bunch. Projected top speed is 212 miles an hour. Well, that's not what I'm trying to have, is it? I'm trying to have something a lot higher than that. 237. Projected now is 254, getting a little closer. Projected now is 263, and projected now is 269, 271. Oh my God. When does it start to go back down? 272. We're going to go like 1 unit by 1 unit. 273.3, 274.3. Oh my, 275.4. Going 1 unit by 1 unit. 276.5. 277.6. What the heck? 278.2. 278.3. Okay, I don't know if we're going to have enough space to... Okay, now it's only going by 1, so 278.3 is the max projected I think it's going to give us. And I'm going to dial back that first gear a lot just to see if I can get a better launch out of it. 278.3. I'm going to dial back the camber because we don't necessarily need it in this car. I mean, it's going to be... It's essentially a straight line car, so I'm not really too worried about how it turns. And springs-wise, I'm going to actually give us a little bit of ride height. And then I'll give us a little bit of ride height in the front, too. But I will soften the springs in the back just to give it a little bit of squat when we take off. And I'll leave it a little bit stiffer in the front, nothing too crazy. And I'm not going to mess with the damping right now. I don't think we need to get that in depth. But the acceleration on the diff is going to be 100% locked. And we'll just do like 31 on the decel. I mean, we're not really going to be decelerating much, but y'all get the idea. Now, we're not going to spend too much time doing any kind of like designs or paints on this thing. I just want to see what kind of speed it can manage through that speed trap. It's nighttime now, by the way. What the heck? I'm actually like a little bit nervous to drive this thing because I don't know how it's going to end up driving. It could be all over the place or it could be insane. Let's try a launch, just real quick, right out here outside this festival outpost. Okay, that's insane. That's completely insane. It doesn't turn very well, but I didn't really build it for that. I'm actually kind of worried that when we go around a corner, even on like a big wide highway, it's going to freak out. But supposedly the virtual dyno thinks it can go 278 miles an hour, so... I mean, I guess I'm inclined to believe it. Oh my God, it just got air. Oh, it just got air on the highway. Okay. No, no, no. Whoa, it's so back and forth. 232 on that one, and I was, like, bumbling around and going sideways. Like, okay, this thing is on another level of loony. All right, we'll turn you around real quick. Let's see about a second gear launch. It's probably going to bog. I need to tune the launch a little bit better, but... Wow, that wasn't bad. Eased it off the line, and then it just took right off. Okay, it doesn't turn at all. Like, legitimately, this thing has no turning capabilities. It's taking every last bit of focus I have to not drive this thing off the edge of the road. Oh my God. It's almost like skating around. I need to... Holy crap! 273. It's at 278 projected, but... Oh, there it goes. It might still be getting wheel spin. I don't even know. Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to have to slow down a lot for that. I could not take that corner at that speed. No freaking way. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, there we go. We're fine. I just didn't want to get into the guardrail. If we got into the guardrail, we'd be in deep trouble. So I think it's safe to say that we're going to beat the Bugatti. The question is by how much? There's the speed trap coming up. Let's go. 271. Well, I almost actually beat my overall personal best doing that. This car needs a little bit of work for sure, but like the initial first drive in it is mind-blowing. And with that being said, thank you all for watching, and if you would like to see more of these stock versus tuned videos, please let me know what battles you'd like to see in the comment section down below, and if you're new around here and would like to stay up to date, make sure you're subscribed and have those notifications turned on. That's gonna do it for this one, y'all, and I will see y'all next time.